Madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've just started.
Okay. Then we can start.
Yes, sir. No, we can wait if you want for 5 minutes.
No. You just start
Okay, sir.
as per the time.
Okay, sir.
7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Priyadarshini. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Do well.
Good morning to all the participants. The candidate, Mrs. P. Priyadarshini, is going to defend her doctoral work today. Dr. Augustine, Associate Professor, Department of Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology, Loyola College, is the external examiner. And as the supervisor of the candidate, I'm very happy that Priyadarshini is being evaluated by a committed academician who practices ethical research. Dr. Augustine is an alumni of the prestigious Bharatidasan University. He is an accomplished academician, avid researcher, and a committed teacher. This is inferred from his over 26 years of research and over 22 years of teaching experience. He has completed 7 research projects funded by the University Grants Commission, Ministry of Defense, and the Department of Biotechnology, of which few are with international collaboration, and has about 22 doctorate students to his guideship credit. His research interests lie in enzyme technology and medicinal chemistry. He is the author of 6 books, and an impressive I-10 index shows his commitment towards research. He has submitted the gene sequences of 85 new organisms at the Gene Bank. And to add to his accomplishments, is the proud owner of a patent. Thank you, sir, for extending your support towards students pursuing research. Over to sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vijaya Ramesh, Madam. Thank you very much for your nice word of introduction. Whenever I heard about my biodata from others, I wholeheartedly thank Mada, Pida, Guru, Daivam. Okay, so my parents definitely they helped me a lot. My gurus, my teachers, starting from school, college, and the university. Even I'm learning from my research scholars. So I wholeheartedly remembering those people, and of course my heavenly Father, Almighty God, is fulfilling all my desire. So thank you very much, Madam, for your nice word of introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so coming to the thesis title, biodegradation of low density polyethylene by Actinomyces isolated from a landfill dump in Chennai. Okay, of course, the degradation of polyethylene is a polymer need of the hour. Okay, it is very much essential for our cleaning of environment by means of a bioremediation process, and of course by using Actinomyces. Actinomyces, my favorite organism. I worked a lot with the Actinomyces organism. Though it has got a lot of drug producing potential, this research indicates the biodegradation potential of Actinomyces. Okay, I think it is a nice piece of work. Okay, I gone through the thesis. It was nicely written. Of course, this is a Vivo's examination. The candidate will be presenting for about half an hour the brief of the author finding. Followed by we'll have a discussion part, question and answers put forth by the audience, followed by question and answers asked by the Indian examiner and the foreign examiner, and of course my own questions are there. Finally, the conclusion part. Okay, so with this synopsis of the Vivo's examination, I request the candidate Priyadarshini to present her findings for about half an hour. Okay, shortly, followed by we'll have question and answer session. Okay, over to Priyadarshini. All the best to you, Priyadarshini. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Do well.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present my research work on biodegradation of low-density polyethylene LDPE by actinomycetes isolated from landfill dump in Chennai under the supervision of my guide, Dr. K. Vijaya Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology, Koidamillet Government College for Women. The introduction: the plastic pollution is the accumulation of plastic objects and particles in the Earth's environment that adversely affects the wildlife habitat, and humans, and more expensive and durable. As a result, levels of plastic production by humans are high. However, the chemical structure of the plastics render them resistant to many natural processes of degradation. As a result, they are slow to degrade. These factors have led to high prominence of plastic pollution in the environment, and they become one of the most pressing environmental issues as rapidly increasing production of disposable plastics overwhelms the world's ability to deal with them. Our study focused on low-density polyethylene. Low-density polyethylene is a thermoplastic polymer which is commonly referred as LDPE, possesses a very good recalcitrant nature, excellent mechanical properties, barrier properties against water and light. These versatile properties equip them to be employed in large-scale application in almost all fields, especially packaging industries. Most improper disposal of these plastics play a significant role in potentially harming the life through environmental pollution. Moreover, burning of plastics produces persistent organic pollutants like furans and dioxins. Finally, these are degraded simply as an aesthetic nuisance rather than a hazard because of their biologically inert nature. This slide shows, first half of the slide shows just a dumping of LDPE on soil leading to land pollution. This part of the slide shows biological degradation with the help of microorganisms. These microorganisms secrete enzymes that get attached themselves to the polymer. Under the influence of the enzymes, they get converted into dimer and monomer under both aerobic and anaerobic conditions, resulting in end products. This slide shows a review of previous studies. For that, we can infer that very few studies have been done on the biodegradation by actinomycetes, and very minimum number of tests have been done in soil burial studies. For that reason, we have chosen this topic as our research work. Next, rationale for the study: increasing consumption of plastic polymers in daily requirements, resulting in accumulation of the contaminants on large scale. They simply dumped in natural environment like terrestrial and aquatic habitats. However, due to its resistance towards biodegradability, the disposal strategies are crucial and need attention. Moreover, physical and chemical chemical degradations have dominated the last century because of the quick action. But unfortunately, the residues left during the process are potentially harmful, which add up to the already existing pollutants, and its inefficient mechanism have further restricted this method in recent years. All these factors create a demand for an eco-friendly alternative degradation method by actinomycetes. The actinomycetes are more efficient in performing a variety of conversions of organic compounds, mainly the polymers. Aims and objectives. Collection of soil samples from 4 landfill dump sites, Pallikaranai, Perugudi, Red Hills and Cholingalur, and thereafter to perform physico-chemical analysis of the collected soil samples. The isolation of actinomycetes are done from soil samples using soil extract agar and its phenotypic characterization. Colonization studies were done by past biofilm formation and bacterial biomass. Phylogenetic characterization were also done by 16S rRNA sequencing. The growth optimization studies were done to standardize the growth parameters like incubation period, temperature, and pH. Preliminary screening for biodegradation was done by liaison assay and BOD. Degradation studies by actinomycetes of LDPE was done by physical properties through weight loss SEM, chemical properties FTIR, GCM as an elemental analysis, and mechanical properties like tensile strength, viscosity, and evaluate the degradation ability of the actinomycetes by soil burial studies, and thereby assess the properties of polymers, to assess the physico-chemical parameters for the compost soil before and after degradation, to determine the mechanical, physical, and chemical properties of LDPE after degradation with elemental analysis, tensile strength, viscosity testing, SEM, and FTIR. To perform the toxicity test of LDPE degraded products on phytotoxicity, example monocot and dicot, ecotoxicity, earthworms. Next, come to the enzymatic degradation of LDPE. To screen the actinomycete strains for production of enzymes, to evaluate the degradative ability of culture enzyme mixture of Streptomyces exfoliators by studying their mechanical, chemical, and structural properties. To perform the enzyme assay by appropriate substrate, to optimize the physical parameters which support the enzyme production by Streptomyces exfoliators, to purify the enzyme by dialysis, to characterize the purified enzyme by GPC, to perform the protein profiling by SDS page. To perform enzyme characterization and sequence analysis by ESI, LC, MS. Finally, statistical analysis using test turnover and correlation. Coming to the methodology, first soil samples were collected from municipal waste, landfill dump, Pallikarnai, Perumudi, Red Hills, and Solingandu, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, South India. The soil samples were collected at a depth of 3 to 5 centimeters in sterile Ziploc polythene bags and transported for further processing. The physicochemical analysis of soil was done by standard protocols. The isolation and phenotypical identification of actinomycetes was done based on aerial mass color, reverse pigmentation, melanoid pigmentation, and spore chain morphology as proposed by Sherling and Gordon and Pradham. Phylogenetic characterization of actinomycete isolates by 16S rRNA sequencing. The preliminary screening for biodegradation of LDPE by actinomycetes and we have preparation of LDPE powder and the preparation of sample were done according to the standard ASTM method. Colonization studies were done by determination of hydrophobicity bath test, biofilm formation, and bacterial biomass by standard ASTM method. Next, standardization studies for optimization of growth parameters. The growth parameters were standardized for the better growth of the actinomycetes like temperature, carbon source, the temperature and pH. Carbon source of varied range of 0.5, 1 and 2, temperature of 30, 35 and 40 and pH of 5, 7 and 9 were assessed and optimized by turbidity method. Preliminary screening for biodegradation of LDPE by actinomycetes was done by clear zone assay and POD. Clear zone assay is a tool for assess the degradation of LDPE by secretion of enzymes to depolymerize the polymer and utilize a carbon and energy source. As a result, zone of clearance was developed, which indicates the initiation of biodegradation by standard methods. BOD was done to estimate the utilization of oxygen by the microorganism for degradation by standard iodometric method. Changes in physical properties of LDPE through biodegradation by actinomycete was done through weight loss and HRCM. The LDPE film weight loss, LDPE film after exposure to screened actinomycete for stipulated period of 60 days was taken and the percentage of weight loss was determined and calculated by using the formula. In HRCM analysis, the surface morphology of LDPE film was exposed to a period of 1, 3 and 6 months and they were subjected to HRCM analysis and checked for any structural changes according to the standard protocol IIT Chennai. Changes in the chemical properties of LDPE through biodegradation by actinomycetes, FTIR, GCMS and elemental analysis were done. In FTIR it was done to assess the degradation by to determine the formation of new bonds and looking for the changes in the amount of the existing bonds. GCMS, at regular interval of incubation, the culture broth was withdrawn along with the LDPE strips, which were subjected to 1, 3 and 6 months and was subjected to GCMS analysis for the formation of intermediate compounds after biodegradation. The carbon content of the test sample was determined by elemental analysis by standard protocol IIT Chennai. Changes in the mechanical properties of LDPE by actinomycetes, tensile strength and viscosity testing. Tensile strength of the strength of LDPE film was determined using tensile testing. The procedure was followed as per the method of ASTM D638 using Instron. The tensile strength was calculated by applying the following formula and the final results were expressed in megapascals MPa CIPET Chennai. Viscosity testing of LDPE sheets which were subjected to biodegradation was done as per ASTM method. LDPE strips were subjected to viscosity testing for a period of 1, 3 and 6 months and was assessed by the standard protocol. Evaluation of degradation ability of actinomycete isolates by soil burial studies. Since the LDPE is buried in the soil and our study focus on degradation of LDPE from soil with the help of actinomycetes, since it is a native to the soil, our study has to be substantiated by undergoing the determination of degradative ability of the LDPE under soil burial studies and compare it with the laboratory results. A mixture of soil and mature compost containing composted plastic material, test method 5338 was used for the evaluation of biodegradability of plastics, and thereafter assessment of physicochemical parameters was done subjecting to degradation before and after subjecting to degradation in accordance with the standard protocols. Determination of mechanical, physical and chemical properties of LDPE after degradation. The soil LDPE strips were buried in the soil in a desiccator for a period of 1 year. After 1 year of incubation, the LDPE strips were retrieved and assessed for biodegradation studies via tensile strength, FTIR, elemental analysis and viscosity. in order to note the changes in the physical, mechanical, and chemical properties. Toxicity test against LDPE degraded products. Phytotoxicity test was performed according to the OECD guidelines 208, recommended by EN 13432 in one monocot plant and one dicot plant. The plant was, after 3 to 4 weeks, the plant was harvested and observed for germination time, formation of new leaf, length of the radical plumule, chlorophyll content, and the results were compared with the control and assessed for the toxicity level. The amount of chlorophyll present in the monocot and dicot was estimated by method of Ornan, and observance was measured in the spectrophotometer. Acute earthworm acute toxicity testing. The earthworms are small size, measuring about 1 centimeter, was procured from farm near Madurai, and they were maintained in a plastic tub under controlled conditions. At regular intervals, the earthworms were withdrawn from the containers and observed for growth, count, and increase in size, weight, and normal movements. After a specified period of exposure, the earthworms were collected and screened for mortality rate and histopathological changes. Mortality assessment was done by Abbott formula, and histopathological studies were done in order to observe any adverse effect on the earthworms. Screening the actinomyces strains for the production of enzymes. The actinomyces strains were screened for the following enzymes: lactase, amylase, lipase, and protease by using a specific substrate for each enzyme under the standard protocol. Evaluation of degradative ability of culture enzyme mixture of Streptomyces exfoliatus. Among the 5 strains, Streptomyces exfoliatus exhibit a maximum degradative ability. Henceforth, it was inoculated in the enzyme production medium along with the LDPE strips and incubated at 35 degrees centigrade for 1 month, and thereafter physical, mechanical, and chemical analysis were performed in viscosity testing, tensile strength, HRSM, FTIR, DCM method, and analysis. Enzyme assay and protein estimation using appropriate substrate. Broth culture from production medium was withdrawn at a stipulated time period, and respective enzyme assay, amylase, protease, lipase, and lactase, and protein estimation were performed using appropriate substrate by standard protocol Love-Liter. Optimization of physical parameters to support enzyme production by Streptomyces exfoliatus. Optimization studies were done in order to find out the maximum enzyme production by Streptomyces exfoliatus. For this purpose, temperature, pH, and period of incubation was taken for the study. Temperature range of 30, 35, 37, and 40. pH of 6, 7, and 8. And incubation period of 3, 5, and 10 days were assessed and optimized by turbidometry method. Purification of enzyme produced by Streptomyces exfoliatus. The enzymes were extracted by ammonium sulfate precipitation. Thereafter, dialysis and GPC was done to purify the enzyme, and protein profiling was done by SGS page. Identification of enzymatically digested protein using LC-ESI MS-MS. Thereafter, MALDI-TOF analysis was done for the purified enzymes in Department of Proteomics, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Finally, all the results obtained were subjected to statistical analysis to correlate the results and to determine the significant difference using t-test, ANOVA, and correlation. Coming to the results, sample collection, soil samples collected from 4 different sites of solid waste landfill dump, Pallikarnai, Perungudi, Red Hills, and Solingnallur, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and they were subjected to isolation and screening. The soil samples were analyzed for standard parameters like pH, electrical conductivity, total organ, nitrogen, manganese, phosphorus, which were considered to be influencing the microflora of the soil, and the results were tabulated. Isolation and phenotypic characterization of actinomyces from soil samples. After 4 landfill soil samples, 10 isolates were obtained using soil extract agar. These isolates were identified as actinomyces by their colony morphology, aerial mass color, melanoid pigment, reverse pigment, and soluble pigment. Further confirmation by the growth and actinomyces isolation agar. This actinomyces strains show a varied range of aerial mass color, ranges from grayish black, yellowish brown to orangish red. And most of the actinomyces strains shows melanoid pigment production, whereas few strains were showing reverse side and soluble pigments. This slide shows the colony morphology of the actinomyces strains on soil extract agar. Streptomyces exfoliatus, Actinomyces slacki, Brevibacteriaceae bacterium, Nocardiopsis alba, and Actinomyces merrimammalia. This slide shows the various pore chain morphology exhibited by the actinomyces: retinoplay apatis spores, rectiflexible spores, spiral spores. Preliminary screening for biodegradation of LDPE by actinomyces, bacterial cell adherence hydrocarbon. Bath test was performed to determine the level of hydrophobicity exhibited by actinomyces strain towards low density polyethylene. This aids in selecting the efficient isolate that can be employed in biodegradation. By seeing the table, AC4 showed a maximum percentage of adherence, hydrophobicity of 72%, followed by AC9, 61%, followed by AC7, 55, and AC10 to be 40, and AC8 to be 39%. Biofilm formation, weight of the colonized LDPE. The colonization by biofilm formation is a prelude to biodegradation. The biofilm formation on the surface of the LDPE film strips were determined by measuring the weight of the strips before and after incubation. The Streptomyces exfoliatus show a major percentage of colonization by exhibiting 79.73, followed by Nocardium salva with 72%, Actinomyces laevi with 69.90, followed by the other two strains, Actinomyces mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae. The bacterial biomass, total protein. The microbial colonization is usually measured as an extractable protein on LDPE strips. Quantification of the biofilm formed on the polyethylene surface was performed using Lowry method, and thereby the Streptomyces exfoliatus was found to be containing a maximum of protein concentration 5.64 μg per ml, followed by Nocardium salva with 5.25 μg and Actinomyces laevi with 4.92 μg, followed by the other two strains, Brevibacteriaceae and Actinomyces mammalium. The phylogenetic characterization of actinomyces, the identification of actinomyces using molecular tool proved to be fast and tedious. The gene sequences obtained by 16S rRNA was compared with sequences already deposited in the GenBank database by using BLAST program, and thereafter the isolates were identified to be AC4 as Streptomyces exfoliatus with the accession number MG461646, AC7 to be of Actinomyces laevi with MG461647, AC8 of Brevibacteriaceae bacterium with MG515190, AC9 is Nocardium salva, MT808320, AC10 of Actinomyces mammalium, 461648. This slide shows the phylogenetic tree of the Actinomyces strains exfoliatus, Brevibacteriaceae bacterium, Nocardium salva, laevi, mammalium under 16S rRNA sequencing. Optimization of growth parameters, influencing of varying temperature on the growth of actinomyces. Temperature plays a major role in favoring the growth of actinomyces, and varied range of temperature was selected for the study, out of which 35 degrees centigrade was the best suitable temperature that enhanced the maximum growth of the selected actinomyces, whereas all the 5 strains show their decline phase at 40 degrees centigrade. Influence of varying pH on growth of actinomyces. pH can be a limiting factor in the growth cycle. A pH change of 6, 7, and 9 were taken for the study. All the 5 strains exhibited abundant growth at a pH value of 7, which is of neutral. 3 of the actinomyces strains, AC4, AC7, and AC9, show considerable growth at pH 6 by having their log phase at the end of the second day. Influence of varying concentration of carbon source. A different concentration of LDPE was used as a carbon source in the study to screen out the ability of actinomyces to utilize them for their growth. Out of 3 concentrations, 0, 5, 1, and 2, 1% concentration of LDPE was found to be best opted for attaining maximum growth for all the 5 strains of actinomyces, and all the 5 strains were found to be having their maximum growth on 3rd day of incubation with 1% LDPE. Even they present a good growth at 2% LDPE, since in this study, LDPE is the sole source of carbon. The doubling time for the characterized actinomyces strains were as follows. Streptomyces exfoliatus was found to have the doubling time of 0.8 hours, followed by Nocardium salva and laevi at 3.41 and 3.10 hours respectively. At the same time, Actinomyces mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae bacterium issues a doubling time at a faster rate at above mentioned actinomyces at 3.4 hours and 2.78 hours respectively. Next, assay method of biodegradation, clear zone assay. For initial screening, clear zone, a semi-quantitative method was performed, and it was observed that out of 10 actinomyces strains, 5 of them showed zone of clearance around the culture isolate, indicating their ability in depolymerizing the LDPE polymer. Biological oxygen demand is therefore a measure of degree of biodegradation. BOD of the selected actinomyces as isolates were assessed to estimate the amount of oxygen utilized, which is an indicative of indirect biodegradation assay. The Streptomyces, all the 5 actinomyces strains show initial BOD of 6 mg per deciliter, whereas at the final BOD after 1 month, Streptomyces exfoliatus and Nocardium salva were presenting with the appreciable amount of having a maximum amount of BOD with 18 mg per deciliter and 15 mg per deciliter, followed by laevi with 14 mg per deciliter. For other actinomyces, mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae with 13 and 11 mg per deciliter respectively. Changes in the physical properties of LDPE, measurement of weight loss. Streptomyces exfoliatus and Nocardium salva present a weight loss percentage of 39 and 32, followed by Actinomyces laevi to be of 29%. The Actinomyces mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae are showing a slightly reduced weight loss percentage of 23 and 19. The decrease in weight loss before and after 60 days were found to be statistically significant. Surface changes by scanning electron microscopy. The surface morphology of LDPE film was observed by high resolution scanning electron microscopy after a period of 1, 3, and 6 months of incubation for various structural changes. The control sample does not elucidate any change. Instead, it possesses a smooth surface without pits, cracks, and etc. The initial period of incubation, first month, the film strips were presented with hyphal growth of actinomycete on the surface of the film. On further incubation, third and sixth month, LDPE revealed the various changes in the surface topology that include formation of grooves, cavities, pits, and erosions due to hyphal penetration and colonization, and was graded as 4+, 4+3, and 2+. 2+ represents good surface morphological changes, 3 with high surface morphological changes, and 4 with excellent surface morphological changes. This slide shows the image of HRSM of LDPE degraded by Streptomyces exfoliatus, and you can see the controlled clean film without any surface changes. After 1 month, we can see the hyphal colonization. After 3 and 6 months, we can observe the appreciable changes like formation of pits, crevices, erosions, etc. This is in case of Actinomyces slacki. Similarly, after 1, 3, and 6 months, the surface morphology were observed. This is in case of Brevibacteriaceae bacterium. Similarly, after 1, 3, and 6 months, similar kind of changes, surface changes were observed. This is in case of Nocardiopsis alba. This is in case of Actinomyces mammalian. The changes in chemical properties of LDPE by actinomycetes comparable to FTIR analysis by Streptomyces exfoliatus. Comparable to the control, there was a formation of tertiary alcohol OH and C double bond CH2, single CH stretch, and ketone and aldehyde formation were observed. This is in case of slacki. Similarly, tertiary alcohol with OH bond and CH bond was observed. In case of Brevibacteriaceae, similarly, you can see the formation of OH and CH bonds. Nocardiopsis alba, similarly, they're presenting with C triple bond, C single bond, C single bond H groups. This is in case of Actinomyces mammalian. This slide shows the FTIR graph of LDPE biodegraded by Streptomyces exfoliatus. It is in case of control after 1 and 3 and 6 months. We can see the formation of new functional groups and disappearance of few functional groups. This is in case of slacki. This is in case of biodegraded by Brevibacteriaceae bacterium. Notable changes were observed. This is in case of Nocardiopsis alba. You can see appreciable changes after 6 months compared to control. This is in case of Actinomyces mammalian. Next, GCMS analysis of LDPE biodegraded by Streptomyces exfoliatus. This is the RT value, a name of the component with molecular weight. We can see the formation of many low molecular weight oligomers, and there is a reduction in carbon bonds, and reduction in molecular weight also can be observed. The reduction in molecular weight as the incubation time increases. This is in case of analysis by Actinomyces slacki. This is for Brevibacteriaceae bacterium. Similarly, the carbon atoms have been reduced gradually and resulting in formation of new oligomer compounds. This is in case of Nocardiopsis alba. We can see number of intermediate compounds were observed after degradation. This is in case of Actinomyces mammalian. GCMS control was done using soil extract broth and soil extract broth with actinomycete growth and compared with our Actinomyces strains. This is the peak distribution of GCMS by LDPE biodegraded by Streptomyces exfoliatus. This is a control soil extract broth with actinomycete after 1, 3, and 6 months. This is in case of slacki. Similarly, you can see a formation of many intermediate compounds. Brevibacteriaceae bacterium, compared to on seeing the chart, you can observe the changes in the peak distribution. This is in case of Nocardiopsis alba. This is for Actinomyces mammalian. Next, coming to the elemental analysis, the control strips were found to contain 85.87% of carbon and 14.07% of hydrogen. Whereas after 1 year of incubation, the Streptomyces exfoliators have been changed from 69.54 to 19.01, followed by Nocardiopsis 70 and 18, and gradual and they have been decreased and they have been arranged in a decreasing order. Slacki, Mammalium, and Brevibacteriaceae bacterium. Changes in mechanical properties of LDPE. The tensile strength of LDPE films at different incubation period 1, 3, and 6 months of incubation along with elongation breakpoint percentage. The tensile strength of LDPE film decreased linearly as the period of incubation increased. So you can see the control processing at 10.1 megapascals and with elongation breakpoint 428.6, whereas the Nocardiopsis alba and Streptomyces exfoliatus has been decreased from 9.8 to 7.4 in case of after 6 months and 9.8 to 7.8 in after 6 months, followed by Slacky, Mammalium, and BB bacteriation. Viscosity testing. The inoculated LDPE strips were subjected to viscometric analysis along with one control by standard intrinsic viscosity test. As viscosity decreases, flow rate increases. Results show an indirect measure of degradation because lowering the viscous rate is due to reduction in their molecular weight. Streptomyces control is showing 1.7 CST. Streptomyces exfoliators, Nocardiopsis alba, and everything have been reduced from 1.64 to 60. Has been greatly reduced to 0.60 and 0.63 respectively. Next, coming to the soil burial studies. Soil is also an application target for compost materials, and therefore they act as an appropriate matrix for evaluation of biodegradability of LDPE in the soil environment. And the setup was maintained as per ASTM guidelines and kept on observation for 1 year, and following physicochemical analysis was done and tabulated. This slide shows the setup which desiccator containing the compost soil and the organisms inoculated, LDPE inoculated with the organisms. Next, determination of physical, chemical, and mechanical after soil burial study. Physical changes by HRSM, and the gradation was given as 4+, 3+, and 2+, and 2+. 4+ indicates the excellent surface changes exhibited by the Streptomyces exfoliators and Nocardiopsis alba, followed by Slacky. This slide shows the SEM analysis of LDPE degraded by actinomycin in the soil burial method. Compared to control, all the 5 actinomycin strains have showed a great surface changes by formation of grooves, holes, pits, roughening of the polygen surface, and complete erosion has been happened because of the degradation. Elemental analysis of LDPE after 1 year. Here's to the same control Streptomyces exfoliators exhibiting a major decrease in the elemental carbon, followed by other organisms in a decreasing order. Tensile strength. The result of tensile strength analysis revealed a predictable changes comparable to laboratory results. As seen thus, Streptomyces exfoliators 5.41 in a decreasing. It was given in a decreasing order, followed by Nocardiopsis alba, Actinomyces slacky, Mammalium, and BB bacteria. The relationship between tensile strength and elongation breakpoint after 1 year by soil burial method was found to be statistically significant. Viscosity testing. The LDPE strips exposed to Streptomyces exfoliators, Nocardiopsis, and Actinomyces slacky presented increased flow rate of 0.26, 0.33, 0.38 respectively compared to the control strip having a viscous rate of 1.71 CST. Whereas the other 2 strains, Mammalium and BB bacteriation, showed a considerable decrease in the viscous rate of 0.40 and 0.44 CST that was slightly at a higher range when compared to previous 3 strains. This is FTR analysis of LDPE biodegraded after soil burial method. Here too, you can comparable to the control, you can see the formation of tertiary alcohol OH stretch and CH bond formation and C triple bond formation. This indicates the reduction in the carbon atoms, which results as a result of degradation. This slide shows the FTR analysis of LDPE degraded by actinomycin and the soil burial method. Compared to control, you can see the formation of new peaks and the disappearance of some functional groups have been observed in all the 5 strains. Phytotoxicity test, it was done to analyze germination rate, number of cell seedlings, length of radicle plumule, etc. in order to assess the influence of the biodegraded products in the normal functioning, normal growth of the plants. So control was showing a good height and root and germination rate. At the same time, comparably, our actinomycin strains also showed a significant significant growth, significant germination rate, suggesting that there is no adverse impact on the growth of the plant. And followed by the chlorophyll content, you have a maximum chlorophyll content compared to the control. It indicates that significant low, less toxicity was observed. It was for the fenugreek. Similarly, the influence of biodegraded products has not produced any adverse impact on the growth and the chlorophyll content. This slide shows the growth of monocot and a dicot. Acute toxicity test. The average live weight, length of the earthworm, weight of the earthworm, and number of earthworm, and mortality rate percentage. Initially, 1 centimeter length was observed in the earthworm. After the after the 1 month study, the length of the earthworm ranges from 1.5 to 2. Similarly, 5 mg of earthworms was taken for the study, and after 1 month study, you can see an increase in the weight by 9.5 to 12. Initially, 25 earthworms were maintained in the setup. It has been slightly reduced to 21, 19, 18 and other things. In case of mortality rate also, you can see a slight mortality percentage was observed by Streptomyces exfoliatus, Lacky and Vivibacteriaceae. Coming to the histopathological changes in earthworm, including its body wall and longitudinal muscle gastrointestinal tract has been observed. Presence of biodegraded product does not create any adverse impact on the body wall and intestine in the earthworm Eisenia foetida without any significant histological alterations. This slide shows the setup where the earthworms were maintained under controlled condition. Histopathological examination of the body wall of Eisenia foetida, comparable to the control, all the 5 actinomyces strains exhibit no morphological changes. This is in case of intestine of Eisenia foetida. Now coming to the enzymatic degradation of LDPE by actinomyces strains. Screening for enzyme production, 5 actinomyces strains were screened for various enzymes by plate assay, and it was found that Streptomyces exfoliatus followed by Nocardiopsis alba and Lacky showed positive for 4 enzymes. This slide shows the amylase activity, lipase activity and lactase activity of the following enzymes. Evaluation of degradative ability of culture enzyme mixture of Streptomyces exfoliatus comparable to the laboratory studies and soil biology studies. You can see since the tensile strength, viscosity testing and elemental analysis, you can see a great change in their great reduction in their tensile strength, viscosity and elemental analysis because it was under direct attack of the enzyme along with the culture. FTR analysis of LDPE degraded, you can see a normal polymeric OH stretch, alkynyl group, ketone group and other CH bond formation was observed. This slide shows the images for SEM, FTIR and GCMS compared with control. So varied surface changes are seen in the SEM analysis and also in FTIR and GCMS analysis, showing that the enzyme attack has been influenced the degradation of LDPE. Assay of different enzymes involved in LDPE degradation. The enzymes which may presume to be involved in biodegradation by efficient strains were subjected to determination. And it was found that compared to crude extract, dialyzed sample of Streptomyces exfoliatus by showing a great increase in the protein concentration, amylase production, protease production, lipase production, and lactase production. Optimization of enzyme production from Streptomyces exfoliatus. It was observed that amylase, protease, and lipase are found to be produced in maximum at the 5th day of incubation, whereas lactase was found to produce its maximum enzyme production at 7th day. Effect of temperature and production of enzymes. 37 degrees centigrade was said to be the optimum temperature for maximum growth of the maximum production of the all 4 enzymes. Effect of pH. Only amylase are able to produce enzymes at the maximum at 6.5 pH. Other than protease, lipase, and lactase are able to produce their enzymes to the maximum at pH of 8. Determination of molecular weight of enzyme protein by SDS Pach. The given table shows that the band size of the protein and identified enzymes. 48 kDa was identified to be 3-oxoadipate enolactonase alpha beta hydrolase enzyme. 37 kDa was found to be MFS transporter. 25 kDa was identified to be sugar ABC transporter, substrate binding protein, and 64 kDa to be porins. And this is a protein profiling by SDS Page. Enzyme characterization. First one is alpha beta hydrolase. The enzyme was expressed as alpha beta hydrolase, which is a protein that have the ability to degrade LDPE. The matching peptides are shown. MFS transporter. The MZ values show of 37 kDa was analyzed and belonged to major facilitated superfamily MFS, a membrane protein transporter that translocates small molecule substrate as a most appropriate and relevant match. Sugar ABC protein is a protein which helps in efflux LDPE or to import the degraded metabolites out of the cell. Porins, totally 26 matching peptides and fragments of porin being present in the digest as highly as possible. There's a need for transporter protein to import or export LDPE or metabolite of LDPE. Coming to the summary, soil samples collected from 4 different sites of landfill dumps like Pallikarnai, Perungudi, Cholingalur, Red Hills, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, South India. These samples are assessed for its physicochemical parameters to study their characteristics. Isolation of actinomyces from soil samples. After four dumpful soil samples, 10 were obtained using soil extract agar. Here I wanted to mention that soil extract agar is a pure soil extract without any addition of extraneous chemicals, which is unique and make the research work native to the nature. These isolates are identified as actinomyces by colony morphology, spore chain morphology, etc. Further confirmed by growth on actinomyces isolation agar. Characteristics of actinomyces. Totally 10 actinomyces strains were isolated and were identified and characterized by morphological, biochemical, and phenotypic and phylogenetic characterization. Phenotypic characterization was performed by observing aerial mass color, reverse side pigmentation, melanoid pigment, and soluble pigments. Spore morphology of respective strains were also recorded. Colonization studies, bath test, colonization, protein biomass was assessed. Bath test, AC4, AC9, Streptomyces exfoliatus, Nocardiopsis alba, and Actinomyces tracking show maximum increase in their level of hydrophobicity with a percentage of 72, 61, 55, followed by other two Actinomyces strains, Mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae. Colonization study, biofilm formation on the surface of LDP film strips were determined, and the strips inoculated with Streptomyces exfoliatus gained increase in their weight of 0.03 mg and 0.153 mg, followed by Nocardiopsis and Actinomyces tracking, whereas other two strains showed lesser increase in the weight of LDP strips respectively. Protein biomass, out of 5 strains taken for the study, Streptomyces exfoliatus followed by Nocardiopsis alba have observed to record significant increase in the protein concentration, the regular period of incubation 30 and 60 days, accompanied by Slacky, Mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae. Phylogenetic characterization was done by direct sequencing of purified PCR and found to be the actinomyces isolated from municipal landfill dump belong to varied group of genus Streptomyces exfoliatus, Nocardiopsis alba, Brevibacteriaceae, and Actinomyces. Growth optimization study was done. Temperature, it was inferred that 35 degrees was the best suitable temperature to enhance the maximum growth of selected actinomyces. pH was said to be 7 was said to be the optimized pH for the growth of all the actinomyces strains. Carbon source, out of 0.5, 1 and 2, 1% concentration of LDP is found to be the best opted for attaining maximum growth of all the 4 strains. Assay method of degradation, it was done by clear zone assay and biological oxygen demand. Out of 10, 5 of them showed zone of clearance towards around the culture isolate, indicating their ability in depolymerizing the LDP polymer. Among them, AC4, AC9, and AC7 also exhibit maximum GOC. Biological oxygen demand. Streptomyces exfoliatus brought a great increase in BOD level from 6 mg per deciliter to 18 mg per deciliter, followed by Nocardiopsis alba and Slacky with 15 and 14, followed by Mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae. Evaluation of LDP degradative ability under laboratory condition, changes in physical properties, weight loss and SEM analysis was done. After a time interval of 60 days, the LDP strips were withdrawn and analyzed for weight loss measurement. Streptomyces exfoliatus, Nocardiopsis alba present a weight loss percentage of 39 and 32, followed by Slacky of 29%, Mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae with 23 and 19%. SEM analysis, first month shows presented with hyphal growth of actinomyces on the surface of the film. On further incubation, 3rd and 6th month, LDP revealed various changes in the surface topology, include formation of grooves, cavities, pits, and erosions due to hyphal penetration and colonization. Changes in chemical properties, FTIR, GCMS, and elemental analysis. LDP strips exposed to actinomyces strains were subjected to FTIR analysis to assess the chemical changes after degradation in the subsequent period. It was found that there was a formation of new peaks and disappearance and shifting in their peaks level. So there was a disappearance of many functional groups and addition of many new groups in the 6th month of incubation, indicative of OH stretch, hydroxyl group, H-bond normal polymeric, OH stretch, and alkynyl stretch respectively. GCMS, the degraded products in the culture, inoculated LDP supernatant is done by GCMS analysis after 1, 3, and 6 months. Varied group of compounds are produced during biodegradation assay. Majority of compounds have shown decrease in the number of carbon and hydrogen atom with reduction in their molecular weight and their retention peak, revealing that LDP has been substantially degraded into low molecular weight oligomers. Elemental analysis, after a period of 1 year, LDP seeds were assessed. From the result, it was inferred that control seeds are found to have 85.87% of carbon, whereas test strains showed significant decrease in their carbon and hydrogen level of 69.5, 10.52, etc. And followed by Nocardiopsis alba, Slacky, Mammalium, and Brevibacteriaceae bacterium recorded a decreased carbon and hydrogen after 1 year of incubation. Changes in mechanical properties, tensile strength and viscosity testing after 1, 3, and 6 months. There was a drop in tensile strength after 6 months was recorded, the decreasing order, like Nocardiopsis alba, followed by exfoliators, Lackey, Mammalium, Brevibacteriaceae, respectively. Viscosity testing, among the 5 screened isolates that were subjected to viscosity testing, exfoliators and alba exhibit decrease in viscosity from 1.64 CST, 1.65 CST in the first month to 0.6063 at the end of the 6th month, followed by Actinomyces lackey, Brevibacteriaceae, and Mammalium showed considerable decrease in the viscosity after 6 months of incubation. This is determination of physical, chemical, and mechanical properties after soil burial method. SEM analysis, LDPE film exposed to degradation by selected actinomyces strains under composed condition presents major structural changes like formation of grooves, cracks, damaged layer, fits, etc. compared to control without any apparent structural changes. Fractures and holes were observed on the final stage, resulting in increased roughening of the LDPE surface because of degradation. Element analysis, there was a considerable decrease in carbon and hydrogen percentage because of decreased elemental level. These chains are closely followed by Lackey, Mammalium, and Brevibacteriaceae with consistent degradation by disintegrating carbon-hydrogen backbone. Mechanical changes, tensile strength and viscosity testing. This also reveals a predictable change comparable to laboratory results as seen as Streptomyces exfoliators followed by Nocardiopsis alba in the decreasing order of Lackey, Mammalium, and Brevibacteriaceae. Viscosity testing also showed a promising result of decreased viscosity. LDPE strips exposed to Streptomyces exfoliators, Nocardiopsis alba and Lackey present increased flow rate of 0.26 CST, 0.33 CST, and 0.38 CST respectively compared to the control, whereas Actinomyces Mammalium and Brevibacteriaceae bacterium inoculated strips shows a considerable decrease in their viscous rate.
Yes, what happened? You're able to move? Yes. You're muted. Unmute, please. Priyadarshini, unmute. Priyadarshini, unmute. No, you are muted. Please unmute. Mic unmute pannunga. Please unmute your mic. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Over?
Yes.
Finished?
Yes, sir. Can I continue, sir?
Yes. Now, if the presentation is over, okay, now the thesis is open for the audience.
No, sir. Yes, final stage is there, sir.
Final stage. Okay. That's why I asked.
Yes, sir. Toxicity study. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Toxicity studies were done. Phytotoxicity tests. Following parameters were analyzed to assess the phytotoxicity, germination rate, and length of the radical plumule. On observation, it was found that plant has been treated with degraded product did not show any significant change in the growth of the plant. And total chlorophyll content of plants were after exposed to culture broth were subsequently greater than the control. Ecotoxicity testing was performed under optimum condition and it was observed at regular intervals. Totally 25 earthworms were measured up to about 1 centimeter length and average weight of 5 mg was maintained. From the observation, it was noted that all the batches of test earthworm along with the control batch showed no adverse effect in the normal activity. Instead, it has increased its maximum size. The number of live earthworms were also maintained almost the same as that of the control batch from day 1 of the test till the final day. Pathological changes in the test organisms. Body wall and the intestinal tract was observed. The presence of biodegraded product does not create any adverse impact on body wall and intestine without any significant histopathological alterations. LD50 has been calculated by mortality rate using Abbott formula And results, it was found that mortality rate was less present with the maximum number of earthworms in live condition at the last trial of the test. Batch of earthworms treated with exfoliators was found to be recorded with least mortality percentage, followed by alba, slackie, mammalium, and brevibacteriation. And the mortality rate was observed. The evaluation of degradability of culture enzyme mixture of Streptomyces exfoliators by mechanical, chemical, and structural properties. Tensile strength, it was found that there was a reduction in elongation breakpoint. Tensile strength was also found to be in a decreasing value of 8.83 MPa when compared with control. Viscosity testing, LDP strips which is exposed to culture enzyme mixture of Streptomyces exfoliators. From the result, it was found that enzymes produced by the strain tend to act on LDP strip and bring about gradual decrease in the viscosity from 1.71 to 1.16 CST. The reduced viscosity value represents reduction in the molecular weight of polymer, substantiating the biodegradation of LDPE by synergistic activity of microbial enzyme. And elemental analysis also inferred that help of enzymes produced by the actinomyces strains, there was a reduction in the percentage of carbon and hydrogen. It was recorded. It was performed using high electron microscopy to confirm the surface changes after enzymatic treatment of 30 days of incubation with culture enzymes of Streptomyces exfoliators. Eiffel colonization was observed and followed by few topological changes like erosion, cracks, folding, and fits due to extracellular metabolite and enzyme released by the strain during their metabolic activity. These changes bring about reduction in the mass from the surface, making it brittle and physically weak as a response to degradation mechanism. FTIR, the enzyme, there were very few peaks in the test sample compared to the control, and new formation of new functional groups have also observed. GCMS also, under enzyme culture enzyme mixture, it was observed that large number of oligomers were observed as inferring that reduction in the carbon atoms. Assay of different enzymes, total protein, amylase, protease, lipase, and lactase. Comparable to the crude extract, the dye list sample is found to be maximum, presented with maximum protein concentration, amylase, protease, and lipase, and lactase productions. Optimization studies, different period of incubation period, temperature and pH were optimized. In case of incubation time, 5 days, amylase, protease, and lipase are showing maximum enzyme production at 5 days, and lactase is showing maximum on the 7th day. Temperature, 37 was said to be the best opted temperature for the maximum production of enzyme for all the four enzymes. pH 6.5 is the maximum is the optimum pH for the amylase production, whereas 8 pH was found to be the maximum for protease, lipase, and lactase. This the culture plot of exfoliators after a period of enzyme study was withdrawn and subjected to GPC and ESI, LCMS, MS with respective enzymes. The hydrolase enzyme presented with 3 membrane protein like porins, sugar ABC protein, and MFS protein identified to be the relevant enzyme involved in LDP degradation, where there is a need for transport of protein, export and import LDP and metabolites of LDP. These enzymes and importance of this protein has to be further characterized, which would provide us with promising results in near future for plastic-based contamination. Conclusion, polygenes and polymer-based litters are found to accumulate in the environment, posing a major ecological threat. Once it enters the environment, it is found to remain there indefinitely without undergoing changes and interferes with the food chain. However, recent scenario, significant attention has been given for biodegradation by microbes, the degradative potential. Aim of the present investigation to isolate, identify, and characterize actinomyces from landfill dump sample and assess their potentiality to degrade low-density polyethylene after a stipulated period of time. The enzyme-mediated degradation by actinomyces strain has also been studied. Apart from enzyme activity, better degradation is made possible by ability to form biofilm. The further analysis was done by biofilm formation, bacterial adherence test, oxygen uptake rate, and physical changes by SEM, FTIR, and GCMS. The physical changes were shown major changes in the surface on the LDP film. FTIR spectrum is showing a new formation of new functional groups, and also there is a change in the existing functional groups. And also the GCMS, under GCMS analysis, the following oligomers were low molecular weight oligomers were identified to assess the role of oligomers were obtained. The enzyme-mediated degradation was performed to assess the role of unique enzymatic activity by the strains and to identify the key enzyme responsible for degradation. The enzymes were identified to be alpha-beta hydrolase, associated membrane protein, sugar APC proteins, and porins to be involved in degradation. The actinomyces strains capable of degrading LDP have been isolated from dump, and LDP degradation studies have been performed in soil extract broth without any added growth supplement. Since these isolated strains are native to the site of polythene disposal and perceived to exhibit degradability in natural condition, the biodegradation has been confirmed by physical, chemical, and mechanical changes observed in the LDPE exposed to isolated strains. From the assessment of various parameters, it was concluded that the degradation rate was found to be enhanced under soil burial condition. Comparatively, enzymatic degradation was observed to be more because LDPE sheets were under direct influence of culture enzyme mixture. In addition, the enzyme culture mixture revealed enhanced degradative ability. It can be concluded that unblended, uninoculated LDPE film can also be biodegraded using actinomycin. Result of the present investigation signifies the synergistic activity of various enzymes secreted by the isolated actinomycin strains, which indicated that these actinomycin strains are solely dependent on LDPE for its carbon source. Highlight of the study. To the best of our knowledge, this could be the first study to perform degradation of LDPE in soil extract broth without the addition of any supplements. To the best of our knowledge, this could be the first study to isolate Actinomyces slacki and Actinomyces marimamelium from landfill dump from Chennai, South India. To the best of our knowledge, this could be the first study to perform soil burial test under controlled condition with Actinomyces for biodegradation of LDPE from Chennai, South India. This could be the first study to perform toxicity testing and of byproducts of LDPE biodegraded by Actinomyces on both earthworms and plants. To the best of our knowledge, this could be the first study to perform enzyme catalyzed biodegradation of LDPE by Streptomyces exfoliators from Chennai, South India. And to the best of our knowledge, this is the first study reporting the presence of 3-oxoadipate enolactonase alpha beta hydrolase enzyme and 4-inch response for LDPE degradation by Streptomyces exfoliators from Chennai, South India. Futurology of the study. Studying the synergism between microbial consortia will give insight for future efforts towards biodegradation of LDPE. In addition to screening microorganisms from soil, isolating microorganisms from marine, petroleum waste, and other polymer dump sites could also lead to new unexplored strains with superior performance. Depth mechanism of attachment of bacteria with surface biosurfactant can be studied. Attempt to understand the exact mechanism of action of extracellular enzyme and purification response for polyethylene degradation. Further characterization of genes, response for the production of degrading enzymes, and its regulation by genetic engineering tools to modify the actinomyces genetically to be used for degrading the recalcitrant polymers. So I have finished.
You want to say acknowledgement now or later?
Later.
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 Okay. Now, I really appreciate and congratulate Priyadarshini for your nice presentation. And you proved that you are a good teacher. You are a good teacher candidate, is it not? Is it not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you proved that you are a good teacher, good professor. Your presentation is very good, excellent. Okay. Adding to that, the nice way of planning of your research and the execution of research also contributes for your presentation. Is it not? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I really appreciate both the guide as well as the candidate.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now the presentation is over to the participants. Okay, participants can put questions. You can unmute your mic. You can come on the video also. You can ask questions. Participants, kindly put your ask your questions by unmute.
Yeah, actually, the participants, if you are comfortable using the chat box, you can type your questions, or you can.
Questions are there, madam? Chat box.
Chat boxes, you can. They can comfortably type it, or they can request to be unmuted in the chat box, because if you request yourself to be unmuted in the chat box, we'll unmute you, and you can ask the question, or you can type in the chat box.
Yes, yes.
Please, participants.
So meanwhile, okay, I really appreciate, okay, then the way of planning, okay, execution of the research is excellent. Okay, you isolated the actinomyces with the proper justification. Okay, where you isolated, and you confirmed what are the types of actinomyces involved. Okay. And you subjected them for optimization and followed by degradation process. Okay? And also you tested the degradative product. Okay, how far the degradative product can be useful in the agriculture process. Okay,
Yes, sir.
So any questions from the participants?
Participants, participants are encouraged. Please ask some questions. If you have any research scholars, faculties are there. Research scholars can clear your doubts.
Ask at
if you
least
have
a
any
few
doubts.
questions. Okay, if you are not comfortable, kindly ask a few questions.
Yes.
It is at least your observation. Participants, kindly post your observations in the chat box.
You can post your questions in the chat box also.
For time being, for 5 minutes, you can unmute, madam, for all. Is it okay?
If it is off all or unmuted.
Lakshmi ma'am is unmuted. You can ask her suggestion.
Yeah, Dr. Lakshmi, madam, are
Yes.
you? Dr. Lakshmi, madam, are you unmuted?
Or else you read the questions, madam. If you.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
There is a question from the participant.
Yeah. I think a question from Manoj Kumar.
Yeah, Manoj Kumar. Can you rank the species you identified in their ability to degrade LDPE?
Rank the Actinomyces strains.
Yeah. Rank the species.
Yes, sir. Streptomyces exfoliatus seems to be the better, efficient strain in exhibiting excellent degradative ability, followed by salva, followed by Stachy, Brevibacteriaceae bacterium, and Marimammalia.
Okay, so I'll just request the participants to type your questions in the chat box. So meanwhile, I can start asking questions instead of waiting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Participants, I request you to put some any additive points or suggestions or clarifications. Okay, that will be more useful for others as well as the Priyadarshini also, even for other researchers. Okay, kindly do that. Kindly do that. Okay, coming to Priyadarshini, madam. Okay,
Yes,
so I think basically you are a botany or a microbiologist?
Microbiologist.
Microbiology. I think you have, okay. I think you isolated actinomyces very effectively, and how do you confirm based on the colony morphology? Is it not pigmentation and stem like that? Okay, so how you inhibit the bacteria and other fungi when you inoculate any sample? How do you inhibit the bacteria and other fungi?
Antifungal antibiotic is used.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I think that is not mentioned. That's why I asked this question. Okay, and your presentation.
Majority I have used soil extract broth, sir. Soil extract for the isolation of actinomyces.
Okay, in the soil extract, you added antibiotic, is it not?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so how long the incubation period for the actinomyces?
Sir, it takes around 2 weeks to get that.
Yeah. So by the way, when you inoculate sample, bacteria will take advantage, no? Grow.
No, sir. During my study, I didn't get any bacterial contamination.
Okay, how it is inhibited? Normally, bacteria will grow 24 hours.
Yes, sir. So
okay, how it was inhibited?
The soil extract broth was prepared in such a way so that I can.
Did you autoclave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I autoclaved the soil extract.
No.
I autoclaved soil collected from the
sample. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So when you inoculate your sample for actinomyces, so along with actinomyces, some bacteria also may be there, some fungus also may be there. So how it was inhibited? That's my question.
Sir, while growing it on actinomyces isolation agar only, I get a few times I got the bacteria for the fungal contamination from that.
Okay.
In case of soil extract agar, I didn't get it.
Normally, the antibiotic, antibacterial antibiotic, antifungal antibiotics will be added. Okay,
yes, sir.
the medium. Okay. So second question. Second question is okay. How do you store the actinomyces after isolation?
Sir, I just stored it in the room temperature, sir. Sometimes I used to inoculate.
No. For a long-term storage.
Inoculated in the soil, sir.
The normal problem is common problem in the actinomyces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Autolysis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you store? How do you
Yes.
storage?
Yeah, I inoculated in the soil, sir.
No, ma. In the laboratory condition, how you store it for a long time? Do you have the culture now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. How do you store it? Glycerol star? Or
Yes, sir.
plants?
After a period of 1 to 2 months, they get autolysis only, sir. But I can.
You have not experienced autolysis?
Yes, sir,
Autolysis.
I have experience.
Okay,
Repeatedly,
then how you store?
I used to subculture it, sir.
Okay.
Repeatedly, I
Theoretically.
subculture it.
It's not sporulation. There's no
Yes, sir.
sporulation.
Yes, sir.
Spore is there. Spore.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Very good. You store the spore, is it not? The glycerol star. Okay, very good. Did you check the successive generation? The same efficiency is there? Okay, after isolation, okay. How many generation was effectively used for biodegradation?
Sir, I have been maintaining that for 3 to 4 years. Initially, I got a very good efficiency, sir. But finally, coming to the end of the thing, I faced some difficulties in generating the culture for efficiency of the culture, sir. I faced the difficulty.
Yeah. Why I'm asking this question is, okay, and due to the successive subculturing process, it
Yes,
may
sir.
lose its efficiency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Same, sir.
Okay.
At the end of the 3rd and 4th year, I
Okay.
many of the cultures.
Okay, so storage. You did the BOD analysis, is it not?
Yes, sir.
BOD. Okay, BOD in the soil sample.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me roughly how you did. Because the BOD I experienced only with the water sample. How you did?
Sir, no, I inoculated the actinomyces in soil extract broth.
Broth. Okay. So based on that.
The LDP film was inoculated into it for a subsequent period of incubation, and the broth was taken for the studies.
Okay, so that's okay. Now coming to the degradation pathway, your product, okay, substrate is low density polyethylene. Is it not polyethylene? It is an hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon. It contains only carbon, hydrogen, oxygen.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it not? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Contains only carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. It does not contain nitrogen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you used certain enzymes for degrading this hydrocarbon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The enzyme that you chosen is amylase, protease, lactase, like that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How these enzymes act on the hydrocarbon? Normally, starch, okay, amylase will act on the starch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Protease will act on the protein. Okay. Lactase will act on lignin or other biopolymer. Okay. How these enzymes act on your hydrocarbon polymer?
The synergistic activity of all the 4 enzymes have been put up together to note down the changes. Yeah? Yes, sir. Sir, I just screened for the enzymes which have synergistically acted on the LDPE. Thereafter, I have to screen for, thereafter concentrate on those enzymes for the further studies.
Okay. So my suggestion is, of course, synergistic activity will be there. Okay, always there. But specific enzymes are there. Okay, if you refer your literature, okay, I think the last few slides you mentioned some.
Yeah, those are the enzymes I extracted from the after degradation by actinomyces.
No. No, I mean oxygenase, hydrogenase. Okay,
Yes, sir.
these
Yes,
kind
sir.
of enzymes will act on this kind of biopolymer.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so oxygenase, hydrogenase. Okay,
Yes,
this
sir.
kind
Yes, sir.
of
Yes, sir.
enzymes will.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I think in your future study, kindly take
Yes,
this
sir.
enzyme.
So this alpha beta hydrolase is a group coming under hydrogenase enzyme.
Pardon, pardon.
The alpha beta hydrolase enzyme is coming under the family of hydrogenase enzymes.
Okay, correct. That's why these are the specific enzymes which
Yeah,
act
yes,
on
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
hydrocarbon. Okay, instead of
Yes, sir.
okay, other enzymes, if you choose, okay,
Yes, sir.
you can choose that specific enzymes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
then
Sure,
you
sir.
can
Sure. Yes,
keep
sir.
this as your future
Yes, sir.
problem.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. So your substrate is low density polyethylene. The enzyme is acting. What's the product? What is the end product?
Carbon, carbon dioxide, hydrogen,
Pardon?
methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and methane, etc.
Okay, carbon dioxide. It releases carbon dioxide.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so
Yes,
it completely utilize. Okay,
Yes,
this polyethylene, low density polyethylene polymer. Okay, as its carbon source. Okay,
yes, sir.
um, okay, that's good. Hmm. Then, what is the justification of choosing your onion plant? Okay, you can also use cereals. No, any justification? Why you chose
Sir,
an onion?
actually, I chosen one monocot and one dicot.
Yeah.
The monocot, the onion was selected because of the fast growth, sir.
Pardon? Fast grower.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes. Any cereal also growing, no? Some cereals. Okay. Anyhow, you should have some justifications.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Few more questions. Okay, audience.
Yeah, there are few questions that the audience have asked. There's a question, can you tell why soil burial test is important?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir. LDPE is buried in the soil, and our study focus on degradation of LDPE from the soil by the help of actinomycetes. Actinomycetes is the soil microflora. Henceforth, in order to make it the research work to be native to the natural conditions, we have to substantiate the study by comparing the laboratory results and the soil burial method, which may enhance biodegradation activity of the LDPE by actinomycetes.
There's another question, how the research study done is helpful to convert the study into practical way implementation on controlling the plastic pollution or wastage?
It's a small scale pilot study, ma'am. In future, we have to look out for the synergistic activity of the enzymes and microbial consortia, mixture of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and actinomycetes can be used up for large scale applications of biodegradation, ma'am.
There's a question from Dr. Lakshmi Radhakrishnan. Why did you specifically choose actinomycetes for the study? What was the basis for the selection of organisms in the study?
Actinomycetes possess varied advantages, and moreover, they are the better degrade. So it's a native to the soil, so it will be the dominant one in degrading LDPs, which is already dumped in the soil.
There is another question by Dr. Sumita. Is there any test to determine viability and metabolic activity of the actinomycete isolates?
Viability and metabolic activity.
Metabolic activity of the actinomycete isolate.
We have to go in for just 16S rRNA sequencing have been done. Biochemical and other phylogenetic characterization, phenotypical characterization can be done to see the viability and the metabolic activity of the actinomycetes.
That's why I asked this question. How you preserved your actinomycetes? Because the major problem is autolysis. Okay, you isolate, and when you do your experiment, all of a sudden it will get disintegration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in that case, you cannot revive the same organisms, same efficient organisms. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir. That's what, sir, I used to maintain in the extract agar, and moreover I maintain the same set of actinomycetes in a sterile soil setup, and I use it for the till the end of the research. I inoculated the soil in a sterile soil and maintained it.
Madam, any other questions from the audience?
But I don't think anybody is ready with any questions.
Okay,
The chat box,
okay.
we had 4 to 5 questions in the chat box.
Okay.
We are just waiting still.
Okay.
Participants, please.
From my part, the last question is, did you resource all the experiments for soil analysis, or you're done on your own?
Which test, sir?
Soil experiments, no? Soil testing.
Yes, sir. FDAR,
You
GCMS.
resourced or you did your own?
FDAR, GCMS, and other viscosity testing, sir.
Pardon?
Mechanical testing, is it, sir?
Ah.
It was resourced from outside, IIT Chennai, SIPET Chennai, and Royal Biotech, and
Okay, so my advice is, okay, you should do those experiments on your own, okay, in that specific laboratory. Okay, some values are alarming. Okay, some values are really amazing to see such values. Okay, because if your presence is there in the laboratory, you know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know.
In most of the labs, I used to go there and do along with them, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, any other questions, madam, from the participants?
Participants, I request the participants to take part in the discussion, clarify your doubts if you have. The examiner.
So, in the bioremediation process, okay, there are two types, no? Gratuitous metabolism and co-metabolism. So, your degradation comes under co-metabolism, is it not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, co-metabolism. So, it releases carbon dioxide.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It is not producing any other compounds, is it not? Is it produces any other compound?
Yes, sir. H2O2 and other few methane groups were observed. Methane groups were.
Pardon? H2?
H2O2.
H2O2.
CO2, methane groups, other CO2 and HO2. Sorry,
Okay.
H2 or something.
Okay.
Metabolites, other metabolites were also observed, like alkenes, ketones.
Okay, that's good. Anyhow, I really appreciate your way of interpreting the answers, okay, for many questions. I really appreciate.
The oligomers were mentioned in the GCMS, sir. What are the oligomers I have got it? And I have mentioned about it in as intermediate compounds in GCMS.
Yeah, if you say intermediate compounds, is it not toxic?
No, sir. It is actually as a result of degradation. Most of the compounds are not toxic.
No, sometimes the intermediate compounds may be toxic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you should be aware of this.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Anyhow, I really appreciate the way of the presentation of your topic and the way of answering the questions. Okay, put forth by many number of participants as well as my own questions. Okay, the Indian examiner and foreign examiners asked a few questions. Okay, almost it was asked in some other way. Okay, so I think I really appreciate for your wonderful way of answering all the questions. Okay, that shows your confidence and your worth of research work. Okay, I really appreciate both the guide as well as the candidate. Okay, the final stage of BIOS examination is recommended.
Yes, sir. Shall I read out the acknowledgements, sir?
Pardon?
Can I read out the acknowledgements?
Okay, after acknowledgement, I can conclude. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First, Most I thank my Lord Almighty from the bottom of my heart for showering His abundant blessings and grace throughout the research to complete my project successfully. Without His understanding, I wouldn't be able to finish my thesis. A dissertation cannot be completed alone. It would be impossible to express my gratitude in words to each individual who has contributed in some ways. But I would still like to express my thanks to my dear and near ones for their support. With profound gratitude and humbleness, I express my sincere thanks to my supervisor and guide, Dr. K. Vijaya Ramesh, Assistant Professor, for the continuous support of my research work, for the patience, motivation, and immense knowledge. My guidance helped me throughout the time of research and writing of the thesis. I couldn't have imagined having a better advisor and mentor for my research work. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. D. Dorcas, HOD, and Assistant Professor, Qaida Millet College for Women, for her encouragement and support, which made me feel confident. I extend my sincere thanks to my doctoral committee member, Dr. C.M. Noorjahan, Assistant Professor, PG Research Department of Zoology, JBS College, Kenambet, for her guidance and advice rendered to me during my research, which helped me a lot in refining my studies. I wish to express my heartfelt thanks to my doctoral committee member, Subhashni, Assistant Professor, Qaida Millet College for Women, Chennai, for her extended support and guidance throughout my work. I would like to extend my gratitude and sincere thanks to Dr. D. Frida Jnanarani, the principal, and Dr. R. Gitarajan, principal in charge of Qaida Millet College for Women, for providing me their academic support and encouragement in completing my project in the esteemed institution. I sincerely wish to thank Dr. Gandhimati, former principal, Qaida Millet College for Women, and late Dr. Naushin Dawood, former principal, Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College for Women, for their continuous encouragement and support. I express my sincere thanks to our management, SIT Trust, respected correspondent Mr. Faizul Rahman Syed, and our beloved principal, Dr. Mrs. Shana Segman, for providing an opportunity to pursue my doctoral degree, which will be cherished in all walks of my life. I would like to express my gratitude to the former Vice Principal, Mr. M. Javeen, and present Vice Principal, Dr. Firdaus Jahan, and Mrs. Matina Fasi, Administrative Officer, Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College for Women, for their encouragement and administrative help, which made this study successful. I express my heartfelt thanks to research committee members for their comments, which enabled me to make the necessary improvement according to their suggestion. This thesis is not an individual work. It's a combined effort of me and my friend and my co-researcher, Ms. Sumaira Rafiq, Head and Associate Professor of Department of Microbiology, Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College, was traveled with me throughout my research for her support and comfort zone, which made me feel relaxed in all adverse situations. My thesis would not have come to a successful completion without the guidance and encouragement of my dear friend, Dr. S.K. Jasmine Chagina, Associate Professor, Assistant Head of the Department of Microbiology, Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College for Women. No words can express my feeling, but I thank her from the bottom of my heart for her meticulous and untiring support throughout my research. And she has always been on my side as a driving force to carry out this research successfully. I can also call her as my catalyst to carry out this project. I extend my heartfelt thanks to my dear ma'am, Dr. R. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Justice Bashir Ahmad College for Women, for kindness and patience, for always willing to help me whenever I approached her. I acknowledge and appreciate her for all her efforts. I'm really thankful and grateful to my friends, Dr. G. Aruna, Dr. A. Anju, and Dr. Karmal Punita, Assistant Professors, Department of Biochemistry, Justice Bashir Ahmad Syed College for Women, for encouragement and moral support throughout my study. I wish to thank my, Nagapriya and Selvam sir for their encouragement and support. I wish to place on record my thanks to my students, Mr. Zakia Fatima, Shaheen Parveen, Rajeshri, Sandhya, and Kirtika for their valuable help and assistance to complete this project successfully. I wish to thank co-researchers Pramila, Aishwarya, Gayatri, and Puvalagi, research scholars, Department of Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology, Qaida Millet, for Women, Chennai. My thanks are due to Mohan Kumar, Senior Technical Officer, SIPET Gindi, for his extended help and guidance to carry out my plastic testing studies. I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to Mr. Shakti, SIFE, Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai, for providing me with technical support and helping me with the research. I would also wish to place a record on Mr. Dinesh and Sunita Prakash, Proteomic Facility, Molecular Biophysics Unit, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, for their help and assistance to carry out enzyme sequencing successfully. I express my heartfelt thanks to College Chelvi, technical person, FTIR, Yethraj College for Women, Janaki Senior, HR, CVR Labs, Sarita and Yashoda from Royal Research Velachery for the utmost help rendered to me in carrying out my study analysis during my research. Their support indeed was a great help in successful completion of my work. My sincere thanks to Elite Earthworms for providing me with valuable earthworms and Mr. Jagan Mohan Raj, Siba for histopathological assistance, which made my work valid and successful. I owe my deep love and gratitude to my dear parents, late Mr. P. Prem Kumar and Ms. Yajanti for their prayers and unbounded sacrifice throughout their life to make me complete. I cannot imagine my research without them. I express my love and thanks to my dear brother Manoj Kumar, postdoctoral fellow, Hebrew University, Israel, has been a resource person and constantly extending his research expertise throughout my work and overload to him for the completion of the study. I would like to place my deep sense of gratitude to my dear auntie Chandra Ruben, who has been my leading support in my career. Her prayer and love has always pushed me to go further. I also extend my love to my uncle Ruben, my sister Ruby Mary Rosemary, and their family members for their constant support and assistance. Now, it would not have been a doctoral degree without the love and support of my husband, Dr. G. Sam Sundaram, and my dear children, Alan Joshua and Aldrin Joel. I thank them from the bottom of my heart for the unconditional love that carries me throughout. I'm deeply indebted to my elder brother, Mr. Daniel Anbu, and his wife, Sujata and Joshua Anbuchelman, for their support and help, which helped me a lot to carry out this project. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to my sister-in-law, Mr. Prema Pratibha, my respectful in-laws, Dr. N. Velechami, and Mrs. Kaveri, my brother-in-laws and my sisters for their love and support to carry out this research. I owe my thanks to my brother, Julius Paul Pradeep, Research Fellow, Canada, for the support and research to complete my study successfully. I wish to thank my family members of my friends, Mrs. Shirin, Dr. Muhammad Rafiq, Dr. late Dr. S.G. Piran, Mrs. Shahnaz Begum, Mrs. Sheikh Javed Parvez, and Sheikh Jasmine Shagina were all there with their support and prayers throughout my work. I ultimately bow down to Lord Almighty for providing with all the resources necessary to me always throughout my research. Thank you. I'm dedicating this to my mother, Vaijayanti, and my father, late Mr. Prem Kumar. Thank
yes, Madam Priyadarshini, there is an emotional move. I think you deserve special appreciation. Okay.
Sorry, sir, to have kept you waiting.
No, I have not completed.
What about others?
I have not completed.
What about others, ma? They are attending other classes or not? All are attending the other classes?
Yeah, some other things.
Some other thing has come. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I think.
Yes. I think you deserve a special appreciation, Madam Priyadarshini. Okay. I think as I mentioned already, you presented very well and you justified all the questions, clarifications raised by the examiner as well as the audience. Okay. And you answered all the questions, okay, positively. Okay. And also you put a note of a future also. Okay, whatever things you can come to your mind, definitely you have to take it up the further research. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Okay, you should produce a mini number of quality PhDs like this. Okay, you should produce.
Sure.
And the environment also not it may increase, go on. Okay, increase the environmental pollution, go on increasing. So your research definitely should help our Indian nation, okay, to fight against the environmental pollution, okay. So I really congratulate to you. So with this I can wholeheartedly and unanimously recommend University of Madras to award you the PhD degree in the plant biology and biotechnology, okay, with highly commented. Okay, I joined with the Indian examiner, foreign examiner, to recommend your thesis with the highly commented. So hereafter, you'll be called as Dr. Priyadarshini. Okay, you deserve special appreciation. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I also thank University for giving me the opportunity to conduct this 5 hours examination, and also thank Vijay Ramesh for including me in the panel.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Pleasure.
all the dear participants for your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for being my examiner in this research work, sir.
Yeah, you deserve special appreciation. Okay, you are a teacher candidate. You presented very well. You, of course, okay, you answered all the questions. You deserve special appreciation. All the best. God bless. God bless you.
We have come to the end of the session. So I thank you very much, sir. And first and foremost, I am grateful to the Almighty for the successful completion of Mrs. Priyadarshini's Viva Voce examination. I am thankful to my principal, Dr. Frida Nyanarani, for extending all her help in the completion of Priyadarshini's Viva amidst the present situation. I am grateful to my head of the department, Dr. Dorcas, for all her support. I am very grateful to Dr. Agastyan, sir, for his impeccable observations made during the evaluation process. His unassuming academic richness and approachable nature has helped the candidate to defend her research work in a composed manner. Thank you very much, sir. I extend my thanks to all the participants who have extended their encouragement to the candidate by attending the Zoom meeting. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the university administration staff, especially Mrs. Raji and Divya, and the Controller of Examinations, University of Madras, for the swift completion of official formalities of both my candidates, Sumaira, who gave her Viva yesterday, and Mrs. Priyadarshini. I'm thankful to the administrative staff of my college for the completion of all the necessary formalities. Finally, I thank all those who prayed for the successful conduct of today's Viva Voce examination. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. So you can off the record.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.